Howdy friends, welcome back to the Eclectic Sam YouTube channel. My name is Sam, and this is my little corner of YouTube, talking about my eclectic life, all about things that I enjoy, like eBay selling, thrifting, antiques, travel, history, and so forth. Before we get started, you see down below that subscribe button? If you aren't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out. Plus, in the future, it gives you the ability to see what videos we have coming up posting. Today's video is a little bit different than our normal eBay sales video. Today, I thought I'd give you a haul video, a little haul from a online auction company that I buy from, who actually is also a YouTuber. If you haven't already, go check out Grimes Finds. Justin and Gina over there, they're great Christian people. They have an entertaining YouTube channel. And what they do is they go out and buy delinquent storage buildings, and they separate the junk out, throw it away, and then what they do, they have a business called Dallas Online Auction Block, I believe it is, where they sell on HiBid, which is a auction platform where auction companies can go on and do their auctions. But the interesting thing that they do is they like to sell to resellers like us, and they start all their auctions at $1 an item. That's right, they start out at $1 per item. So they let us, as the buyers, determine the value or the sell price. I've got some major deals from them in the past where people weren't paying attention to the values of items, and I've been able to make some good money on them. They just had a auction recently of some good stuff, and I thought I'd show you what we got out of this haul. Now, one thing that I do when I see that they're fixing to have an auction, well, any auction company that I buy from say, HiBid or AuctionZip or any of the websites where auction companies can go on and do their auctions, I will sit down a few days before they start the auction, and I'll go through every lot that they have listed, and I'll make me a list of the items that I'm interested in. I'll list what the item value would be, what I'm willing to pay for it. That way, when I go through and they're going from lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, so forth, I have my list and I know what I'm going to want to buy and what I should spend to where I can still make money. One thing that you need to always pay attention to are the rules of the auction company. Most auction companies will do a buyer's premium on the items, on the lots that they're selling. What that means is they charge a percentage above what the item sells, basically as a cut towards the auction company from the buyer. Usually it's about 15 to 25% depending on the company. I know Justin and them over at Grimes Finds, they do a 15%, I believe. So, yeah, always pay attention to that when you're figuring what you're paying for an item, because you don't want to pay $5 for an item that you're going to be able to sell for $10 and then have the $15 buyer's premium on top of that $5. That cuts into your profit. But that's a little bit about how auctions work. Let me show you this little haul that I got. Here's all the items that I got at the recent auction. I already unpacked everything because I'm kind of fumble-handed with my disability, so I didn't want you to sit there for 10 minutes waiting to see me unpack items. But Justin and Gina, they do a real good job packing the items after view one. Now, keep in mind when you're buying the items also, when you're figuring what you pay for items, that you do have shipping on top of it. It varies based on the size and weight of the items that you have, plus they charge a minimal little handling fee just for their time to be able to pack the items up. But you can always find some good deals at their auctions, so definitely check them out. Now, I do average costing when I figure what I paid for items in my accounting. And what that means is basically I have about 12 items here that I'm going to sell individually. So if I paid $150 for everything here, which is about what I paid, that means the items I paid about $12.50 for. It works out well because, you know, some of the cheaper items, you're not going to have as much profit in your accounting. But the expensive items, you know, you're going to have a lot more profit. It's just an easier way for me to keep track of things. But let's start out with the first item here. And that's going to be these little pins. They're RAROA pins for skating and dancing. Basically, they're little pins that were given away for when you got to a certain level in a skating group. You see, you have the first level and the second level there. These sell for anywhere between $10 to $15 a piece on eBay. I'm going to lot these up as a pair since it's the first and a second level. And I'm going to sell them for about $25 for the pair. Next up, we have this gorgeous mid-century modern bakelite and wood pipe, smoking pipe. I almost wanted to keep this. I have a little collection of a few pipes. I don't really smoke out of them, but I just think they're neat to sit around. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and sell this one. Now, bakelite, if you don't know about, is basically a vintage plastic. It's a little bit harder than plastic, but bakelite items are highly collectible. Also, vintage pipes, most of them have stamped in the wood the manufacturer's name. Unfortunately, this one didn't. But being bakelite, even though it doesn't have a brand name on it, does help the value of it. This one right here, I'm probably going to sell for about $30 on eBay. The bakelite ones are all over the market, but this one, because of its design and the shape and everything, I think $30 is going to be a good price. Of course, as always, with anything that I list on eBay, anything over $20, I set with make an offer. So I'm always entertaining offers on stuff over $20. But that's a beautiful pipe right there. Next up, we have this limited numbered and autographed 2004 Press Pass Jarrett Payton football card. Now, Jarrett Payton was Walter Payton's son. But if you see, this card is in a hard little case. It's got a number right up there that says 10 mint, and it's from BCCG, which is Beckett. I actually started my eBay business in trading cards. Don't do them very often anymore because it's just an odd market. But if I ever find a deal on graded cards, which this is, and it's a good price, I always buy them because graded cards sell at a premium over cards that aren't professionally graded. Now, not all graded companies are created equal, so make sure that you get them from a company like Beckett or PSA. Some of the lesser name companies, their grading is way off, so definitely don't go with them. Now, this card normally is about a $5 to $15 card, just loose by itself. But being that it's graded and that it's a graded 10 mint, I'm looking at probably about a $40 sale on this one. Now we're getting into some of the stuff that I grew up on. Decorative antiques and stuff like that. My mother was actually an antique dealer growing up. And I spent my weekends at the antique shows learning about this stuff. This little box right here, when I saw it come up for sale on Justin's auction, I had to have it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is an enameled, stamped box. It is from China. It has the little stamp right there with the trade sticker is still on it. But these little boxes were sold in China as basically trade items for tourists. They weren't made very well. If you'll see, this one is kind of off kilter a little bit. It has a little bit of gap there. But these boxes, because the enamel is so gorgeous on them, make beautiful little display pieces. And they bring a premium. This box, because of the gap issues and everything, and one of the little feet are bent, I'm not going to try and fix that because it is just kind of not really welded on there. It's just kind of glued on there almost. But this box, I'm probably going to be able to get about $100 for. If it were in perfect shape, it would probably bring about $150 to $175. But for, the price that I paid for it, I'm over the moon because I very rarely find these in the wild anymore. They're getting harder and harder to find. But just look at the gorgeous colors on that enamel work. I love this piece. Now here's something that a lot of people don't realize about. First look at this. Oh, it's just a toy model plane. It's nothing special. But if you look at it a little bit closer, it's made of wood. The painting is real detailed. The cockpit isn't open. It's actually just painted on there. The base is real high quality base. The underside is made real well. And it's footed as well. What makes this so special? That plane is not actually a model toy. The company that makes that is Toys and Model Corporation. But they are made for military desks to display the planes in their units, or the manufacturing company, the desk of the people that work in the manufacturing company or whatever. The quality isn't meant to be a toy, it's more as a display piece. Now you have to pay attention when you're looking for these, because there are some toys that have similar plastic-based and plastic models, or die-cast metal models. Those aren't worth as much. But these display pieces are valuable. They can be worth in the multi-$100 range, depending on what it's made of. What the actual plane is. If it's, say, a Delta Airlines plane, or, some military planes, they also do some NASA rockets and so forth. But this one is of the Raptor, the F-22 Raptor. And this particular one, there was a little nick on the base, so that takes away from the value. But I should be able to get about $120 for this item. It's sad because most people don't realize what they are, except for the people that want the item. They know what they're worth. Most people probably, when they were looking at this auction, thought, oh, that's just a toy. But no, it isn't just a toy. It's a $120 display piece. Now, this gorgeous spaniel here on this footstool is a Staffordshire dog or Staffordshire dog, pottery, porcelain or pottery piece. This one is larger than normal, than what they are. But Staffordshire pottery, different marks and so forth, are very valuable. I don't know why this didn't go for any more than it did, but I did my research. I found sold comps. I looked on WorthPoint. WorthPoint is a very good website. It costs to use it, but you can look up to, I think it's 10 or 15 years of auction sales for different items to see the values of them. This particular cute little dog is going to be able to sell for about $225. Can you believe that? An average cost of items at $12.50 for this lot of items that I got. That's going to be one heck of a good sale right there. He's a cute little sucker, and I was so happy when I found this piece. No chips, no cracks, nothing. It's gorgeous, such a gorgeous piece. Now these next couple of things is something that really is a bone that I have to pick with some people that sell items from their family. Is photographs. That's your family history. Those pictures showed a special moment in time of a place, a thing, a person, or so forth. But yet, so often people will put them in storage and lose them, or throw them away, or sell them at an auction sale, or whatever. And that's their history that's lost. Whenever I find the old photographs, I always buy them if it's some interesting points in the photographs. People collect old photographs whether they know the people or not because of the styles for their decorating, or some people collect photographs simply because they like the subject in them, like vehicles or architecture or so forth. This little stack right here, there are 14 photographs of these cute little dogs. Apparently this family loved that dog, and they wanted to, put that history down in a photograph to remember forever. And there are also some negatives in there. Being dogs are a very popular subject matter in selling vintage photographs. So there's 14 photographs of dogs in there. And I'm looking at probably getting about $25 to $30 for that little lot. Now these photographs are a completely different horse of a different color. They're cabinet cards. Cabinet cards were usually in the, I believe, late 1800s. They were expensive to be made, and usually they were photographs of prominent people coming back from war, or, trying to have a photograph of something that's special that happened, or, actresses from theater or so forth. These three right here, when I saw them in the lot, I bought the whole lot of photographs, these cabinet cards, and the dog photographs is one big lot. I think in the auction I paid $10 for the whole lot. But the reason why I jumped on them is if you look, the backgrounds are special decorative backgrounds. Not normal, just plain wall or anything. That means that the photographer took pictures of prominent people. He wanted to have it very decorative in the photographs. And if you look, the ladies in these three pictures, their dress, the way they're dressed is not just normal everyday clothing. These are their special clothing, nice clothing. So, next thing I did, this one right here actually has the person's name that's in the photograph. Usually advertised at the bottom are the photographers that took the photographs, plus their addresses. But these two ladies, I didn't know who they were. So I used what's called Google Image Reverse Search. I snapped a little picture of it. And what Google does is it searches for any similar photographs of what you took a picture of, or similar pictures. And what did it show up? Well, let's start with this first lady over here. This first beautiful lady, her name was Mary Gallagher. She was a theater actress. She wasn't a very big name theater actress, but she was an actress. She has that beautiful, innocent look to her. And that particular cabinet card will probably sell for about $60. Keep in mind, I only paid $10 for the whole lot. But we're not done. Let's move up here. This lady seems like she's a simple socialite, possibly. Her name is Jane Addams. If you do a little search on Wiki, you will find out that Jane Addams was a Pulitzer Prize winner. I'm sorry, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. She was the one that started, basically, modern social work. She was helped out with women's voting. She is a very big name in social work. That particular photo is very rare. There's very few photos of her that young, and it should sell for about $125. Now, this gorgeous woman here on the end. Look at that dress. Look at the fur on the cuffs and the muff that's in her hands and all. That woman is somebody. You can tell just by looking at the photograph. I couldn't see at the bottom of this photograph when I was buying this lot, but I knew that one right there was somebody important. When I got it in and I first looked at it, look there, it says Miss Langtree. Well, I knew immediately. That is Lily Langtree. If you don't know who Lily Langtree is, sit down and do a little bit of search on her. She was a socialite, a movie star, a theater star. She was basically the Kim Kardashian of her era. I know that's sacrilegious comparing her to Kim Kardashian, but, you know, she was the big socialite of her time. That particular cabinet card will sell between $175 to $200. Now, look at that. Look at all those cabinet cards, those 3 cabinet cards, what I told you I'll be able to get for them. And I only paid $10 for that lot. But I'm not done. I still have 2 more of 2 gentlemen. And I'm still researching these 2 gentlemen. Look at this gentleman. Look at that tuxedo that he's wearing. The way his beard is groomed, his glasses. And this gentleman, the way his beard is groomed in that suit. I'm going to do some more research and see who these are. If they're anybody prominent, of course, they're going to bring a premium. Well, that's everything that I got from that haul from the Grimes. I'll put a link down below to their YouTube channel, and they always post a link to their auction on their channel and their videos, so you can check that out. They're kind of sporadic when they do their auctions, but I definitely check them out. And check out other auction companies that are out there. But do your research, folks. I was able to get these deals because I sat down and did the research that other people didn't and knew what I was getting. I'm 44 years old. I have probably about 35 years of experience doing this. So it doesn't come easy, you know, you do have to work. But if you work, eventually you'll find deals like this. And I find deals like this all the time from different places because I've done the research and I know about the items. I'll be listing these in the next few days on my eBay site. There's always a link down below to my eBay, so if you want to check out what I have for sale, other stuff that I've bought and it's available. But if you want to buy any of this stuff, it'll be on there pretty soon. But I hope you enjoyed this little insight into what to look for, how to look for things, a little bit of information about history and items that are out there. But until next time, my friends, make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not, and comment if you want to talk to me and have questions or just tell me what you liked about this video or didn't like. Till next time, my friends, love you. Bye.